Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is probably one of the most exciting videos that I will ever film and post on my YouTube channel because as you can tell by my thumbnail, I am pregnant. Basically, I'm just going to be talking about how I found out I was pregnant, and I'm also going to be talking about all my first trimester symptoms and whatnot and signs that I started to think I was pregnant. Please stay till the end of this video and make sure to give this video a big thumbs up so that I can follow my dreams and become a YouTuber. Let's just get into this video. Oh my god. Okay, let's get into this video. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. I literally have everything documented and whatnot. Back in November, I was late for my period for 2 days, which I have a very irregular period already, so it was very common for me to be irregular, so I didn't really think anything of it. So I had an implant in my arm right here. It was a form of birth control, and I've had it for I've been on birth control for a few years now, for multiple reasons, hormonal stuff, and it was supposed to help with my acne, etc, etc. But on October 3rd, I decided to take it out. So yeah, October 3rd, I go and I get it removed, and at this point I was told it can take 6 months to get pregnant or whatever, and it was something that me and my husband were talking about, but we weren't really planning on it, you know what I mean? It was something that we were talking about in 6 months to a year we would start trying, and that's how long I was told that it usually, for the average woman, after taking out the implant, it usually takes around 6 months to a year to get pregnant. Some women can get pregnant immediately in rarer cases. Some women can take a longer time. And then on around November, I was supposed to get my period on the 9th of November. So I had my period in October, and then I was supposed to get my period in November, but it just didn't come. And now that's normal for me because I have an irregular period, so I wasn't freaked out by it. But I use this app called Flow, and it was saying I was 2 days late, but that's really normal for me. Sometimes I can be a week late or 2 weeks late. It just, I have a really irregular period because I had implant, birth control, etc. So it was pretty normal, and I wasn't really worried. But I'll insert screenshots of my conversation with my sister on the screen right here. But let me read these to you guys. So the first thing I did was on November 15th at 10:12 a.m. I texted my sister and I was still haven't started my period, and she said, bruh, test. And I said, I have none. And then she sent me a link of these tests, which I highly recommend. They have ovulation tests and pregnancy tests, and I'll put it right here, and I'll also link it down below because it's amazing. It was so accurate. I love it so much. So I ordered that, and it came the next day, and I took a test on November 16th, and I saw a really faint line. And I'm talking, you really have to look for it. I'll again put this screenshot on here. You can see it in the picture, but it's just so faint. I was so confused. I was no, it's really faint. I was Googling it. I was looking at the Amazon reviews for this pregnancy test, and people were saying how they would get a faint line and then they would think they were pregnant and then they weren't pregnant. So I was having a lot of emotions because I was there's a faint line, but it was so faint, so faint. And I texted it to my sister and I said, so annoying. I don't think I'm pregnant, but I keep seeing that faint line. I don't know if you can see it. And she replied, no, that's not a faint line. Bruh, you are pregnant. That's a positive. And I was I don't think so. And she's no effing way. And I was cause it's so light. And then she's bruh, that's what it looks like when you're really, really early. Faint lines don't show up if you're not pregnant. And behold, she was right, because the next day I took one, I swear it was a little bit darker, but then I took one again the next day. No, I took it that night and it was lighter. So I was really confused. I wasn't understanding it. I was I'm not pregnant. I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm not pregnant. And then my sister comes and picks me up and she's we're gonna go buy one of those early pregnancy tests. It's the electronical versions, and they're really expensive. And I was oh, I don't really want to spend this money, but she was no, I'm gonna prove to you you're pregnant. My sister, I kid you not, she's been my biggest support. She was literally so excited and so happy for me. She's oh my god, you're pregnant, you're pregnant, you're pregnant. And she was just so happy, so happy. When I was still in shock and I didn't believe it, she was so happy for me. And so she picks me up and we go to her house and we take this test, and she literally did it for me because I was so anxious. I felt nauseous and I was feeling really crappy, and I was no, I don't want to wreck my hopes, because now there's a part of me that's I could be pregnant, but what if she's wrong? You know what I mean? Behold, she took the test, and the first one, there was a cross one. It was really faint, but then the second one, which says 1 to 2 weeks pregnant, 2 to 3 weeks pregnant, it showed up and it said 1 to 2. pregnant. And my sister starts like freaking out. I start freaking out and I'm like, no, no way, no way. I was like, no way, I am not pregnant, no way. But it's saying you're pregnant. This is two different kinds of tests that are saying there was a faint line, and a pregnant. And I was like, no. And my sister, she was like so happy for me. And we were shook because I had just got my implant removed. So at this day, so this was on literally the next day, so this was like the 16th or 17th. I was literally, now that I know how far along I am, I was 3 weeks 6 days pregnant. I'll put a screenshot on there. When I first took the test, like when I texted my sister, I thought I was like late for my period. I was 3 weeks 6 days pregnant. And then the day I took the test, I was 4 weeks pregnant on the dot. Skipping a little bit forward, when I went to my 6-week ultrasound, so I found out I was pregnant at 4 weeks. I found out I was pregnant, and that entire time up until like my 6th week, I'll tell you guys my symptoms. So I was very sick. It will kind of make sense if you guys are like people who watch my YouTube channel, but if you guys watch my YouTube channel, then you guys would know that I was doing Vlogmas, okay? I was pregnant the whole vlog, and I was so sick. Like there's so many clips and stuff that I had to delete because I'd start like literally puking, and I'd cut that out, and then I'd try talking again, and I was literally so sick. Vlogmas was so hard for me. I just had to stop. I literally just stopped. I could not like function. I could not do it. Looking at the screen was making me sick. When I'm saying I couldn't keep any water or food down. Like that's how bad it was. I was so sick. My skin was really pale. I felt so weak. And then I remember going to my 6-week ultrasound, and you're supposed to drink, I think it's like a liter of water or something. I just know you're supposed to drink water, and I could not drink the water. I would take a sip of water and then I'd vomit like it up, literally. And so we had to do like an internal ultrasound because I literally couldn't keep anything down. And then I saw this. I saw my baby in there. And I started calling my baby a little ducky because it looks like a duck to me, and it was so cool seeing the little heart pounding, and it was so tiny, but it was so precious. I don't know. I was having a really hard time accepting that I was pregnant because I didn't feel pregnant, even though I was so sick. Like it just didn't make sense to me. Like it wasn't like, my head was not like connecting to like my sickness and like, hey, you're sick because you're pregnant and this is what people go through. But it wasn't connecting. And then I saw the baby and I saw the little heart beating, and I literally was like in shock. My sister came with me, and like my sister was like, oh my gosh, freaking out. And it was just amazing. Now I call my baby the ducky because from the first time I ever saw it, it looked like a duck to me. My sister thinks it looks like a rabbit. So everyone comment down below, do you think it looks like a bunny or do you think it looks like a ducky? I think it looks like a ducky. She thinks it looks like a bunny, but it's ducky to me because I see ducky. Anyway, so that was my ultrasound, and then I went to my doctor appointment and I told them about how I was so sick, and then my doctor was like, you're literally malnourished. So doctor like prescribed me medication. It was like, if these medications don't start working, you are going to have to like get an IV to get like basically like food and like whatever into my body. But I did start taking the medication. The medication worked. I don't know the name of it. I am still taking the medication to this day. I still puke. I definitely, it's just different for me now. Like my symptoms, like main symptoms was like my sickness, but after I started taking the medication, my other symptoms started to come to light. Like I was having really sore, like tender breasts in the same time, but it just became like really heightened where I was like so sick before where I couldn't really focus on that pain. But when I was less sick and I was able to keep food down, I started to focus on the other stuff that was bothering me. For example, like the really tender breasts, like I'm talking, it hurt so bad. And I still have this to this day. Definitely not like as constant, but like if it's cold outside, no, it does not work for me. It is so painful. I can't even explain it. Like it hurts so bad. Like if you've had a baby or you have been pregnant, anything, then or if you're pregnant right now, then you know what I'm talking about. Or if you don't, then I'm jealous of you. But I'm sure you have your own things that you're dealing with. But yeah, that's another symptom I was dealing with. Another symptom I like have been dealing with, and now that I'm coming out of my first trimester, I've been feeling a bit better, but I've just been really tired and exhausted. And in my first trimester, I was really fatigued. Like I literally could not even get out of bed. I felt so weak. And I'm still feeling like that now that I'm going into my second trimester. It's a little bit better because I'm not so sick anymore, that I'm like feeling a little bit, I can eat a little bit and get a little bit of energy and strength from that. Let's talk about my second ultrasound, which was my 12-week ultrasound, which I will put a video here. That is my baby. How did it go from this to this. How did it go from ducky to a whole baby? It was really cool with my second ultrasound because I could see the baby like jumping around, and the ultrasound tech lady, she was like, your baby is jumping around. She was like, it's literally jumping from one side to the other side. I don't know, it was such a beautiful thing to see. It was actually insane. It was just so cool. It's starting to like feel real to me. But yeah, overall my first trimester was really tough for me. So comment down below if you guys had to deal with any of this. I did not have any cravings in my first trimester whatsoever. Mostly because I just had a lot of like food aversions, or I just didn't want to eat anything. But I didn't really have any like weird cravings or anything in my first trimester. Today I can tell you guys how pregnant I am. Today's date is January 24th, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but I am 13 weeks, 6 days. Yeah, I basically just had a really tough first trimester, but now that I'm going into my second, the only thing I'm really dealing with is like the exhaustion. But I had my doctor's appointment yesterday, and it turns out that I'm anemic, so I have to start these medications, and my doctor was saying that if that doesn't work, that I might have to get a iron transfusion, I think that's what it's called. But we're gonna try the iron pills first. Hopefully, I'm praying that the pills work and help me. I started today, so everyone keep their thoughts for me, because that mean a lot to me and my future baby, because I need energy. I have a job, like it'd make my life a lot easier. So if you are new here and you're just watching this and you are wanting to see like pregnancy, like a mama who's pregnant and who will talk about all of everything and anything that helps me, then make sure to subscribe, because I'm about to be posting a lot of pregnant content, because I think that's just so exciting, and I'm really excited to talk about everything that's been helping me. But just know in my next future videos I'm gonna go into like a lot more detail about things and like things that helped me. But today I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update on how my first trimester went, and I'll probably have so much more to say about it, but I'm just trying to do like a quick overview. Please give this video a big thumbs up, because it would mean the world to me. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm still shocked. If you're family, friends, someone who knows me, thank you so much for your support, and I'm just really excited to share my journey with you guys. And yeah, that being said, I will catch you guys in the next vlog. I love you all so much, and thank you so much for watching until the end. Okay, bye guys. Bye.